welcome back. Time for more Tavern Talk. Yay! We had a lot of really exciting plot last time. Oh, so much. We learned who is the likely villain behind all of the happenings in Fasoa. But we also have a plan of how to deal with them. I'm excited to keep going. But first, if I timed this correctly, then I should be releasing this video on February 6th, which is the 2nd year anniversary of when I first started posting videos in this channel. Yay! 2 years. Hooray! I'm excited to release even more videos for you. I sound like Maya. I am a swamp beast creature thing. Please come to my spa. I'm sorry. Let's start the day. 2 years. Ooh. Carolyn and Kyle. And Rhea. Quest taken. Good morning. Slept well. Oop. Slept well? That greeting ain't gonna do, Inky. Give me your best lines. I'll hear 'em all today. Top of the morning to you, adventurers. Go on. Peace and contentment be upon you, travelers. Sweet water and good berries, friends? Alright, enough. You seem to be in high spirits. Not often you get the chance to work on the project of a lifetime. I'm glad you're so passionate about this. Hope you didn't give Care too hard of a time convincing you. Nah. Once I mentioned Dragonfire, it would have been harder to stop her from going on the quest. It was just tough to find her. Didn't take you for a nighttime soup enjoyer. I'm not, usually. I can be persuaded, though, with the right soup and company. Did they go for soup together? Aw. I assume your quest for comfort food turned out successful? Not at all. It was thwarted by the shadow of night. Dearest Rhea, promise we shall endeavor to make shortbread another day, when the sun is high in the sky, and the stores are open. I'll need to make that sword first, though. Did Carolyn update you on what's at stake? Sure did. Those sigils of alcoholic zests won't know what hit them when they see my newly forged weapon. It's sigils of alkahest. Gesundheit. So I assume you've worked out a game plan? More or less. Not like we got a lot of info in that quest of yours. I'm sorry. You worked with what you had. We'll manage. Though that ever-burning flame of Leviathan sounds more like a myth than something real. Sounds exactly like something you need for a mythical weapon capable of saving the world. Ha! Still, are you sure you're okay with reforging your sword for this Care? Yes, it's the right thing to do. That wasn't what I was asking about. Believe me, I know a thing or two about the importance of an heirloom. It's fine. It's just, I wonder if I'll still feel the same connection to my Baba when I look at the sword afterwards. Eventually, everything she gazed at in life will be gone. Don't you think she'd like looking at the sword of Carolyn the hero? That has quite a wonderful ring to it. I didn't know your grandma, but reforging that sword with Dragonfire to save the world? I think she would have been mighty proud of you. And I'll make sure that weapon is the best anyone swung this side of the Aether Tree. You have a competition to win after all. Exactly. I've been thinking all night about what techniques to use. The design ain't exactly final, but I'll finish it during our trip to the Highlands if I'm fast enough. Rhea, are you doing okay? You never heard of giving someone time to think. You seem to be putting a lot of pressure on yourself. This can't just be some simple run-of-the-mill weapon. And there's so much to decide before starting the forging process. Hitting, quenching, tapering. And the 5 Varican heat treatment techniques. And the 5... Wait. That could actually work. I'm surprised you still remember those. Certainly. You are very passionate about the method. I'm just stoked to get a weapon made by you, Rhea. If it's you, I know my Baba sword is in good hands. Yeah. You seem to have the forging part covered. Anything planned for the rest of the quest? Right. Since we don't really know much about who or what might be guarding the flame, we're taking Hex along. Should we encounter any defenses of the, magical sort? As for how to get to the Highlands, Clay and Tia couldn't come along, so let's Obaya is up for helping us with her tree travel thing. Seems like you've got your bases covered. You as the main fighter, Rhea as craftsmaster, Hex and Baya as magical support, Kyle as emotional support. The most important role, if I do say so myself. How will we forge a weapon? A legendary weapon if our spirits are as low as the astral sea. Also, he can lift like 3 grown men at once without an issue, so... Got it. Seems like you thought of everything then. Hopefully. Some help from your drinks would be mighty appreciated nonetheless. Anything particular in mind? Some fire resistance seems like it would come in pretty handy. That does sound reasonable. We could focus on agility if we're already going that direction. Don't think we want to take whatever traps we run into head on. And add some strength as well for anything we can't avoid. That and the fire resistance should definitely help with forging the weapon as well. Though that ghost berry I brought you yesterday, I wouldn't mind some invisibility either. It might give us some imaginative ways to deal with whatever challenges we end up facing. Concentrating on intelligence to take full advantage of that sounds like a good option too. Hex would like that. I bet. Knowing him, there's an equal chance of his ideas going right or horribly wrong. If things go south, we'll need the charm to talk our way out of anything. Sounds decent. Some intelligence could also help with figuring out those techniques you mentioned. And my design, I guess. Alright, Innkeep, you look like you're bursting to help us out with this decision. Is it going to be dexterity with some strength as backup and fire resistance, or should we approach this with intelligence, a small dose of charisma, in case things really go wrong? And some handy invisibility? Well, if you're asking me, let's see. Undo, what should we do? What should we do, buddy? Oh, I forgot about the last whisper thing. Dexterity. I'm kind of curious about that one, but I feel like intelligence and charisma with invisibility. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. What should they do? Because either strong and fast, or invisible, and the ability to think quickly, which should also help Rhea with designing. When I'm playing games, I generally prefer the stealthy, sneaky route, but with Baya going along, we don't want her to start on fire. Let's try. I'm gonna try intelligence. Let's see. Intelligence and charisma. Let's try Peak Sunrise with Ghostberry. Okay. Ooh, the fake crystal's so pretty. Alright, let's try this. Ooh, I'm nervous. What if I chose poorly? Yay. You know what? I can save. Okay, okay. Ooh, let's see how this goes. If you want to forge that weapon properly, it might be best to reserve your strength. Also, anyone guarding the flames should be pretty invested in the dragon's well-being. So here, to solving the challenges ahead of you cleverly. Appreciate it, innkeeper. I think this will put us on the right track. And with that, we're off to the Highlands. Me and Kyle are gonna go grab Hex. You go get Baya? Sure. Good. Alright, that's it, innkeep. One last line for good luck. Make it count. Mind the creaky step on your way out. Fair. Fare thee well, dear innkeeper. Oh, I'm nervous. I hope it goes well. Kinda weird, isn't it? Ain't it? What is? There's gonna be a battle for the fate of the world. But Elfie ain't even here to worry themselves stupid about it. They'd have loved this, I think. Not the impending doom, but all this getting together to defeat evil stuff. Make sure to tell those guys heading to the Twilight Portal to keep an eye out for them. I will. Good. Suppose it's time for me to head out as well. Stay safe, Care. Always, innkeeper. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Ah, Tia, Clay, Jade. Innkeeper, we have returned. I can see that, Tia. I was awaiting you. I'm surprised to see you here, Jade. Yeah, well, Miss Holier-than-Thou dragged me along. Some shrunion about finally doing my part. I distinctly remember you expressing open interest in our plight while we were talking to Iniko. I believe you asked multiple questions that indicated your desire to help. And I remember asking how much you'd pay, and you said nothing, so I said no thanks. And yet you didn't resist coming along. Do you have a better job lined up, Jade? Not yet. Iniko and I are eyeing something, but I guess I've got some time to kill. Let's see. Perhaps Iniko can help. It better. Not sure if I can deal with Princess here alone. No need to deal with me. I can handle myself. I'd love to have Iniko on the team. Me too. I assume you have written us a quest, innkeeper? I have. Take a look. Excellent work. I knew we could count on you. Let me have a look at that. We just have to catch the guy at the portal. Seems simple enough. We could even set up an ambush. Or be sneaky if he's already there. You can sneak, big guy. I can do a lot of things. A few years back I spent time with some Lithic Panthers who showed me how to sneak up on anybody. I just don't like doing it. It seems a bit rude, you know? No, I don't. But I think this situation calls for a little rudeness. Agreed, it does. And for a little more manpower. You're right, innkeeper, we should ask Iniko for help. Also, Hex suggested taking Voy along. He's great at distractions and knows his way around the Twilight Chasm, should our quest lead into it. Apparently he has family there, though I hope we don't need to disturb him. Anyone else? We considered a whole lot more, but Scully and Grace made a good point. They said not everyone is battle-tested, and that it'd be reckless to take inexperienced adventurers along. They also said we should look into more backup plans for the backup plan. I think they just want an excuse to do some research, and to stay away from the bloodshed. Can't blame them. Melly really wanted to come too, but Nil said no. Is he coming himself? Of course. Made these two ask him before we got here. We need good fighters, and Kid's got some talent. I hope he said goodbye properly this time. Carolyn made sure he did. Never saw a more terrifying death glare in my whole life. It was very impressive. It was. So, are you finished with your questions? Actually, could you review the plan for me one more time? It's been a long couple of weeks. Sure. So, listen up. We make it to the Twilight Portal by the moon pools. We stop our big bad evil Shrunion from going through. If we fail that, or if he's faster than us, we chase him through the Twilight Chasm and into Ur. And we prevent him from getting that fancy axe. And if that fails, well, we stop him at all costs. Sounds like a good plan. While you're at it, will you keep an eye out for Fable for me? Of course. Now, Innkeeper, by the dragons and all that is holy in this world, can we count on your help again? Yes. What do you need? Easy, we just need to be quicker than that maniac. We should be the first to reach the portal. And we should be the first to attack him, all while dodging his counterattacks. Outspeeding him seems like the smartest option here. You're wrong. It is foolish to think his strikes won't be powerful. We need to be well protected against him, so we can take him down before he really hurts any of us. Don't be stupid. If we're fast enough, he won't even get a chance to hurt us. I'd like you to say that again when you're lying in a pool of your own blood. Okay, maybe we need both? It's just the balance that counts. We could focus on a whole lot of defense, but keep some dexterity in our back pocket. Maybe some of those fast infusion thingies could make up the difference. I could hasten you with some golden feathers or saber fangs. Great! Alternatively, you could give us a lot of dexterity instead, with just a little bit of defense on top. And to make sure we don't get hurt, you can give us some of that frost armor Scully says he wants to try out someday. Sure thing, I've got enough frozen pine cones left for that. I don't think Jade and Tia can make a decision without bloodshed, so could you help us out? Of course, I know just what to do. Do I? Okay. So either defense with haste or dexterity with frost armor. I'm leaning towards defense with haste. Defense with haste. Defense with haste. Defense with haste. Let's see. Saberfang? Okay, that should work. Let's go with Saberfang. Yeah, let's go with Saberfang and Steel Tonic. Ooh. I just want everyone to be okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I believe. Nailed it. Yee. Okay. Defense should be your #1 priority. But I think haste makes for a good backup plan. You can never have enough of those. See, I was right, as usual. You chose the right focus, Innkeeper. At least we'll be fast, so I don't have to listen to you gloat for much longer. Let's get this over with. Alright, Clay, let's go. Clay? Are you okay? No, I don't think so. Aren't you scared? Of what? All of this. The fate of the world is a very heavy weight to bear, don't you think? What if someone gets hurt and I can't stop it? What if I can't protect you and the others and the world and the ferrets? Clay, stop. Please. For a moment, just stop. I know this is scary. Truth be told, I'm scared too. My whole life has been building up to this moment. I've always been told I'm meant to save people, and if I can't, what's the point of me, you know? You are the point. I'm glad you exist, even if you don't save anyone. You're not some mythical savior. You're my friend. You are mine, and I'm a little less afraid because I have you with me. You taught me how to value myself as a person, despite all the weight on my shoulders. I wish you would do the same for yourself. I promise you, together, we will get through this. We will save each other and our friends and the world and all of the ferrets. And the innkeeper while we're at it. Thank you. I appreciate being included. Fear. You're enough, Clay. Fear is a powerful motivator. Use it. You're enough, Clay. You don't have to worry that you're not. You too, Tia. Don't think I'm excluding you. I wouldn't dream of it. Having you two believe in me is all the strength I need. Could we still hold hands on the way there, so it's a little less scary? Of course. And remember, you can never lose me. Your bracelet will always tell you exactly where I am. If you get lost somehow, despite your impeccable sense of orientation, mine will help you find you too. You just get lost looking. Maybe I'd have to ask Jade for help. I'd do that for you. Thank you, Tia. You're a great best friend. Oh. So are you. Alright then, best bud. Let's do this together. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, they're so cute. Best of luck. We won't need it. I believe in you guys. You could do it. Grace. Hey, Grace. Must have made them some really good drinks, innkeeper. I've never seen Clay that determined. I tried my best. I have to say, Grace, I'm surprised you're not accompanying Hex to see the ever-burning flame. Melly! She didn't want to stop studying the magic spells. She thinks it might help us solve all this. I think what might help me right now is a drink. Something that'll get my thoughts flowing gracefully despite all this mess. Give me a moment. Alright. Let's see. Let's do another peak sunrise. With honey flower. Honey flower. Honey flower. Honey flower. Alright. Now I have a cute little penny near me. She's taking a nap right next to me. She's a cutie. I love her. Oh no! Shrunion. Here you go, Andu. I was petting Penny because she's so cute. Alright. I can do this. Ooh. I hope everything turns out okay. I'm so nervous. It'll be okay. I'm gonna take a sip of tea too. A delicious thought detangler just for you. I don't think I've ever tasted detangler as delicious as this. You've tasted detangler? Melly, would you like a drink as well? No, thank you. I've already had 3 hot chocolates today. I think if any more magic enters my system, I'm going to eat the sun. I believe in you, Melly. You can eat the sun. I'd let you because you're so cute. Speaking of cute, do you see that little cat statue there with a little flower crown? It's so cute. On to another topic then. I heard you formed a research team? We did. Obviously, Grace and I are the leaders, but we also recruited Scully and Archie. And Una said she wanted to sit with us and crochet while we work. What a great excuse to help. She insists we don't call it helping. Of course she does. Rufus is helping us too. His wool is so soft it calms everyone down. I wish Nils would join us too. I guess he's busy fighting the mean guy. But he promised he'd be back soon, so... And he'd better keep that promise. What are you looking into anyway? Melly mentioned spells? Are those the ones Hex found in the tower? Yes, those ones exactly. He stayed up all night decoding their formulas, but as soon as he figured out what they were about, he lost interest. So I picked them up. Most of them were rudimentary, all things we already have in our spellbooks. But 2 stuck out to me. Care to educate me? Which one do you want to hear about first? Teleportation or soul binding? Teleportation? One of the scrolls he found holds a powerful teleportation spell. Now, I fancy myself quite equipped at conjuration magic, but Hex finds it boring. He picked the scroll up because he assumed the gold runes meant it was special. He was right, but I guess it didn't have enough fire for him. How is it special? I think, if cast correctly, it could get you anywhere in Asteria with incredible accuracy. Even to protected places in other planes, but I'm trying to figure out how to use it without destroying myself. It requires more mana than people usually have in their body. So you think it'd kill its caster? Almost certainly so. It still has a lot of promise. Maybe I can modify it. What about the other scroll? The other scroll? Hex brought home a glass case with a glowing floating scroll inside. After we got it out and removed all the protective runes, he was pretty disappointed. A riddle-locked glass case and protective runes? Seems like someone didn't want it to be used. I'm pretty sure I know why. It describes pulling souls right out of people's bodies and binding them to objects. Completely volatile magic, and dangerous, I assume. It's been a little hard to translate. So it's sort of like a soul trap spell? I'm trying to figure out any side effects it may have, so I can convince Hex not to use it whenever he's slightly inconvenienced. Good luck with that. Thank you. Hex also brought back a lot of the wizard's personal notes. Diaries and such, retellings of his exploits, of his hopes, dreams, and fears. When I have some more time, I think I'll be able to do a deep dive into who he was. Maybe I can even put a little exhibition together, if Voy and Iniko let me borrow some of those magic items. I doubt they dare refuse you. I'd hope not. I want some magic scrolls of my own to decipher. But first we need to finish this research, just 'cause we need to figure out what to do if... It's just nice to have something to do, is all. Plus, I'll take any excuse to hear more of Scully's Everbloom stories. He's trying to figure out whether we can reverse the sigils. That'd be neat. Maybe you can duct tape them back together? I don't think so. With Archie's help, I also made this whole board where I can collect and connect all of our clues. Specifically, I've been looking into who exactly that necromancer guy could be. Clay said he noticed some flowers on his armor. I think that might be a clue. Maybe he's a florist, or they're zombie flowers. Or he wants to destroy all the flowers. I need to figure out what his motive is. Because if we can figure out his motive, we can figure out who he is and we can figure out his weaknesses. Not that we'll need them because Nils and the others will. What did he say? Kick his abs? But looking into it makes me... calmer? Yes. They'll be alright, right, Innkeeper? The zombies aren't going to eat them like they ate my parents? They won't. They'll all protect each other. He'll come back for you. I hope so. I don't want that to happen again. I miss my parents. I wish they were here to hold my hand. What were they like? Well, I remember my dad always told me bedtime stories about swashbuckling burglars. And I remember my mom loved making things out of yarn, especially socks. And they were really nice and cool. I love them so much. I know I can't replace your parents, but is it okay if I hold your hand until Nels, Carolyn, and Fable come back? That'd be nice. I feel a lot safer with them around, you know? Like I'm home again. You're not alone anymore. I know, that makes me feel a lot braver. But enough dramatic backstory. I'm turning into Nils. Just... I'm sorry. Just less repressed and gay for Fable. I love it. Maybe it's time to head out. We'll update you on our research tomorrow, Innkeeper. But first, we're going to get a lot of ice cream. Exactly. Una promised she'd make some. Save some for me. We'll try. Ooh. Quincy! Hi. Hello there. It's been a while since you last showed up. I feared you went home without saying goodbye. I wouldn't do that, my friend. I did end up finding those golden loon feathers quickly, with a little help from Voyage. But with everything going down, I decided to stick around and help those in need. That sounds just like you. How are things with you, though? You don't need to say much for me to know what that face means. I've seen it once or twice before. Is there something I can do for you? What is there to be done, Quincy? It's like everything is in limbo. Like dancing on the edge of a blade. One wrong move and it's over? Something like that. Would it help if I ask you for a drink? Maybe. You know what always helps me when I'm feeling down? What? A good cup of Quincy's hot chocolate. Here, after all I've heard, you might need him more than me. A recipe! Thank you, that's very kind of you. Now go on, make me a drink. This one or another one, whatever you'd like. What? I get to choose? I do want to try making this. Perfect for the cold nights of the winter solstice or days when your heart just needs a little warming up. Quincy's hot chocolate will have your spirits reinvigorated in no time. This hot cocoa with a dash of cinnamon quickly returns the feeling back into your chilled bones and maybe will make you feel a little less alone. Oh! I love it. Let's make that one. Let's see. Any infusions? Inspiration. Hot chocolate with honey flower? Yay! New recipe. I'm glad we're also taking care of the innkeeper, because there's been a lot going on. Hot chocolate! Oh, it sounds so comfy. Here you go. Couldn't wait to try it out right away. Well, you replicated it perfectly. My hands and heart are warm. Want a sip yourself? You look like you need it. Maybe later. May this drink be warmer than the currents of these times. It most certainly is. Thank you, Innkeep. Of course. I love the chill music. It's so nice. So, how are you? I'm just numb. I'm neither worried nor elated. I'm just avoiding thinking about it at all costs. Yes, no. Even when I think about it, I can't quite reach the feelings I know are supposed to be there. It's like I'm stuck floating in some glass case, watching the stars fall around me. But no matter how hard I try, I can't reach out to touch them. I can't figure out whether I want to. Touch them, I mean. Certainly seems to scare you, worrying about the world and other people. It's been a while. I didn't think I'd care again. I didn't want to, but it just happened. Yes, just like that, without my consent, I might add. The heart wants what it wants, and sometimes what it wants is friendship. But I can see how that's a scary feeling. So many things are on the line now, perhaps more than you bargained for. It was easier when I just looked away. Would you rather look away than help your patrons, your friends? No. But now I have to face the fear of losing them. Funny. Funny? Didn't you swear to me you were done fearing death? That you had nothing left to lose? Sometimes lying to ourselves is easier than lying to others, I guess. I'll keep my I told you so to myself. I just feel like I'm stuck in an endless cycle and there's no way out that doesn't tear me apart. Would it help you to know we've all felt like that at some point in our lives? Not really, no. Now let me leave you with this instead. Love may come at the price of loss, but the inevitability of loss also comes with the reward of love. You can't lose something without having loved it. And so you should love whatever it is you fear to lose. Those are the moments that matter, the moments that make your life worth living. Besides, you have the power to step out of that cursed cycle anytime. Do I? Write your own story, my friend. Don't doom yourself because you think it's what you deserve. I forgot how good you are at giving advice. Makes me a bit envious. You'll get there eventually. I hope so. Thanks for checking in. I think I needed that. Of course. Please don't stop reaching out. The safety of isolation is not worth the loneliness. I'll try to remember that. You better. Now, I heard the night market is close by, and I really don't want to waste this opportunity, so don't let me hold you back. Until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and be safe out there. Why don't I get a catchphrase? Oh well, guess it comes with age. Maybe next millennium. How old is the innkeeper? I want to know. Ooh. Oh. Armor? Flowers? Hello? Greetings, traveler. Nice armor. Is it new? No, doesn't it seem familiar? The flowers certainly do. Did you keep my books? I don't know what voice to use for this person. You know, I imagine this place differently. It's nice. Thank you. But I thought you'd be long gone by now. After all, you like running, don't you? I like it here. Though your visit is making me consider moving soon. It's not advised to stay in one place for too long anyway. Eventually the past will catch up to you. I figured. What brings you here really, Quasar? 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 You know, this and that. I paid Morrow Castle a visit. It's quite serene this time of year. What for? Sightseeing. Trespassing. You broke in? No, of course not. I walked in. I was persistent in my approach. Politely, I knocked on the door. Unfortunately, vampires these days have no hospitality. No one came forth to greet me, so I had to let myself in. That was a bit rude of you, no? Rude? Innkeeper, politeness has always been a virtue I stand by. I don't remember you as a polite person. Your mind must be failing you. The manor was derelict. Seems like even vampires are abandoned eventually. Inside, broken glass and blood speckled the ancient halls. A shame. Must have been such a beautiful estate once. But I didn't dwell too long. I took the chance to get what I wanted without any inconvenient interference. And what would that be? Curious as ever, aren't you? That's why I made it my job. What, being nosy? Something like that. I get to hear a lot of things every day. People like to talk. You manipulate your patrons into telling you their darkest secrets. I don't manipulate, I listen. I'm all ears. What would Lady Evelyn have that you, Quasar Duskbringer, would want? Just a little blood. Ingredients for the execution of a grand design. Grand design? We were never ones to make big plans. Speak for yourself. Maybe times changed you. Oddly enough, you still look the same. I had to make sure you'd recognize me after all. How could I ever forget you? Seems like it was pretty easy for you to move on. It wasn't. Yet you're hiding. You ran away from everything that once mattered to build a life behind a counter in a shabby tavern. Is that why you're here? To throw your accusations around? No. I guess I just wanted one last chat now that everything's coming to an end. And I'm curious about how this old friend of mine is doing. So how are you doing, friend? I'm worried the world we know will end. That doesn't worry me one bit. It can only go up from here. For you. How are you doing? Do you even want to know? It's my job, and my tavern is open to everyone. Your protective spells beg to differ. They let you through, didn't they? So how about a drink? And then you tell me whatever it is you need to get off your chest. Sure, let's see if you still know me well enough. And if you remember what I taught you. Of course I do. Oh my. Oh, Andu, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Oh, Andu. Yeah, I feel the same, buddy. So, that's the necromancer? Charisma. Let's see. Oh my, I'm nervous. Yeah, I guess 1,000 wins. This? Yeah. So... We already guessed that the innkeeper knew the necromancer. Because of the letter. It's okay, Andu, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Andu. How about this? Sweet and chatty. Not bad. Almost tastes like back in the day. Did you think I'd forget? Yes. I assumed you're as good at abandoning memories as you are at abandoning people. Ouch. Seems like people are right about one thing, though. That would be, your drinks can influence fate. They can't save people, but they can push them in a direction, alter their destiny. I wouldn't go that far. I simply do my best to support my patrons in their endeavors. Will you support my endeavor? As I said, I serve everyone in this tavern. How noble. How awfully morally gray. How opportunistic. It's like nothing's changed. I like it that way. Making decisions for people leading them to their doom. All because you can't help but wonder what a little entropy would do. I help. You help, sure. You always like to help when it was most convenient for you. When it got people to love you. I hope all your helping has aided you in forgetting them. I didn't forget them. Oh, is that so? I couldn't sleep for months. My heart bled and bled until there was nothing left to bleed. I was alone. And by the end of it, when nothing was left, there was just one question. How could the one person I trusted with my life turn on me like that? How dare she leave me with nothing but the stars staring at them alone? Wondering whether the blood would ever wash off. And how by the dragons in their false light. Is all you've done with your freedom, this dastardly achieved freedom, this? There's still blood on our hands. It took me way too long to realize that I didn't have to give up, that I'm not like you. That it doesn't have to be their blood that sticks to my hands. They're gone. Not for much longer. Soon the star rain and the flood that washed away our yesterday will open the gates to a new tomorrow. A new horizon unhaunted by still ghosts. Quasar. Innkeeper. Why would you do something like this? Don't we owe it to them? The you I knew would have agreed. The me you knew was foolish. Some situations are hopeless and some decisions aren't easy. Decisions are quite easy if you set your mind to it. See, I need to tear apart Cassiopeia's wings for their stars to rain upon Gaia. An ambitious task. I could decide not to and abandon my plans because I'm intimidated by the complexity. Or scared of the consequences. But no, instead I choose to stick with it and get what I want. I don't give up. I succeed. It truly is that simple. If you care, you'll get it done, no matter how much effort it may take. Everyone was dead. I wasn't. Didn't we promise to always stand by each other's side? To never be alone again? We did. Didn't they deserve the same? They did. Then why are you here and they aren't? I don't know. Me neither. What did we mean to you? Nothing. We meant nothing to you. The home we built, it meant so little. That's not true. Do you still ponder about the meaning of life watching the stars? No, there aren't any anymore. It's better that way. It means there's no risk of getting caught up in trivial things. Like getting caught up in the thought of a world without pain. Like that. So naive. So stupid. It meant everything to me. Don't lie to me. I've seen through the charade. Your tricks don't work on me anymore. Look at the stars now as they lie at our feet. A declaration of your failure, an elegy to your cowardice. And a demonstration of my endurance. Everything is set. Everyone will get what they deserve. Even your little replacements. Soon there'll be no more but a fading memory on the horizon. Feels familiar, doesn't it? They're alive. They can be saved. They are alive indeed. What you should ask yourself is, for how much longer, and if the time comes, will you run again? No. But you sent them to their deaths, did you not? I sent them to stop you. I'm aware. Which reminds me, I'll have to leave soon before your little pawns interfere with my threads of fate. Gertrude, come on, it's time to go home. Gertrude? Wait, is that the... What? Is that the jackdaw who is hanging out there? Interesting. Care to explain? I sent you a little companion so you wouldn't be so alone, but I need her back now. You know I value my privacy. I value the perfect execution of my plans. So thank you for collecting so much information for me. You don't have to do this. I don't, but I will. Anyway, I got somewhere to be. Speaking of which, my invitation, the offer still stands. Join me and watch as I repair what you've destroyed 30 years ago. Join me to witness the renaissance of times past. I can't. My place is here. What a pity. It almost pains me to see you haven't changed one bit. I've moved on. You should try it sometime. Spoken like a true coward. It's not like I need you anyway. Not anymore. See you soon, old friend. Or not.
What? Okay. So that bird was spying on us this whole time? Who can we trust? Ugh. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I guess we'll, save that for next time? Oh my. Okay. It'll be fine. Don't worry, guys. Everything will be fine. Oh no. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a very comfy night. Bye.